Founded in Detroit in 1941, the Roeper School is internationally renowned for educating gifted learners. It's the oldest independent pre-K through 12 school for gifted students in the nation, and a pioneer in advancing social justice. Rooted in this legacy, Roeper inspires young people to achieve global success while cultivating a community in which academic achievement is coupled with meaningful contributions.
The mission of the Roeper School is to inspire and educate gifted students. And it's really about a focus on using their talents as gifted children to better the world. A lot of people, when they talk about giftedness, really focus on an IQ test score. But what we know after being in this business for over 80 years, that is a very limited and frankly very biased way of assessing whether or not a child is or is not gifted. So what we focus on are a range of 6 behaviors that indicate whether or not a child is gifted, and we consider them much more holistically. So on the one hand, we ask how a child engages with tasks and focus on their capability, their task commitment, and their creativity. And then we think about how they relate to others, their ability to collaborate, communicate, and make connections.
Roeper believes each child is a unique constellation of abilities and potential. Finding the right gifted learning environment, one that focuses on the social, emotional, and academic needs of gifted children, is truly transformative.
The main advantages of a gifted learning school is that we focus on social and emotional learning of the individual. Another advantage is that students are appropriately challenged in gifted spaces. In seeking out a prospective school for gifted students, it's important to look at the environment. We want a small classroom environment. We want to have teachers who are educated, who have understanding of gifted education so that they can support the whole child, social and emotional, as well as challenge them educationally. It's important that an environment allows that flexibility, but also provides training and professional development for educators so that they may come prepared to the classroom space to meet the varying needs of gifted students. A successful gifted education program is one that students enjoy coming to, a space where they can feel free to be themselves and bring their whole selves, because sometimes gifted children will hide those gifts if they feel like they're not going to be accepted in a space.
Recognizing that success comes in many forms, the Roeper approach prioritizes meaningful connections between students and among students and teachers. This approach integrates critical and creative thinking, actively engaging students with the real world.
One of the things that we work really hard on building here for gifted students is a safe place to learn and explore and to fail. Of course, we value academic excellence, but excellence is developed over time, giving students the opportunity to learn from their successes and their failures. I think the most important thing about the way we think about curriculum is that it's about student exploration and working as co-learners with teachers. Our course offerings are very flexible. We have very few mandatory courses that children are required to take, and even within those courses, there's often opportunities to pursue interests and passions of the class rather than sticking strictly with a predetermined curriculum. But we also value the opportunity for students to experiment and get outside their comfort zone. So for example, in our arts and athletics, we have a no-cut policy so that every child who comes to try out for the musical will find themselves with a part in it, and everyone who tries out for the basketball or the soccer team will be on that team.
In a cacophony of competing educational options, Roeper emerges as a choice of excellence, seamlessly integrating its core tenets, educational philosophy, and unwavering commitment to gifted learners. And for families seeking a transformative experience for their gifted child, a Roeper education offers myriad pathways toward a future of limitless possibilities.
We came to Roeper at an open house and heard about what they were doing and thought this might be something worth exploring. The first change we saw was more of a socio-emotional change. They didn't look at school or schoolwork or being in class as something laborious or something that they didn't look forward to. The teachers really care for our kids, not just about them getting a good grade, but concerned about who they were as people. Every person's different, every child's different, but they find a good way of being able to unearth that and then point the kids in the direction that's going to be the best for them. So the educational component was one part of that, but the character formation was another part of that.
being able to be in a place in which I was able to really speak my mind without any repercussions really shaped the way I am today. I think I formed really close connections with my teachers. If I see some of my teachers from like kindergarten or first grade, I'll still be able to catch up just as if they were my 12th grade teacher. The thing I enjoyed most about being here was the fact that I was not put inside a box. The chance to be able to explore different academic disciplines while also, really having the chance to do pretty much anything was really great for me. The breadth of interests in things I have now as a college student really comes from the choices I had in school.
We create a safe learning space that is inclusive, where all children feel like they exist and thrive and coexist as well. I would recommend the Roeper School to parents of gifted students because it creates an environment where their child will be academically challenged. They will build confidence. They'll have a sense of belonging and security. And it's a non-traditional approach to education where students have a lot of freedom. It helps for them to have a better understanding of who they are, their place in the world, and establishing goals for future.
The most important thing for us as a school for gifted children is to prepare them for the unknown, giving them the opportunity to explore, collaborate, work with like-minded students and teachers, and to pursue those interests and passions that are really going to propel them forward into the future.
Your gifted child deserves a school as unique as they are. If you're seeking an unparalleled educational experience, connect with the admissions team to learn more about the Roeper School, where gifted students love to learn. For more information or to schedule a tour, visit roeper.org or call 248-203-7300.